Hi everyone, in this topic you are going to study the Earth's rotation and orbit. First of all, this is Sun, Earth and Moon. Earth and the Moon are constantly moving. The Moon revolves around the Earth and the Earth revolves around the Sun. I'm going to demonstrate to you how it revolves around each other. The Earth revolves around the Sun, or we can also say the Earth orbits the Sun. There's a path where the Earth revolves around the Sun. This path we call it as orbit. It takes about 365 days for the Earth to completely orbit around the Sun, which is 1 year. This is an imaginary line. We call it as axis. The Earth rotates on its own, not in the straight position, but it tilted like this, which is at 23.4 degrees. The Earth rotates on its axis and it takes about 24 hours to completely rotate. We call it as day. The Earth orbits the Sun and rotate on its axis in the same time. The Earth orbit the Sun took about 365 days, while the Earth rotate on its axis will take about 1 day, which is 24 hours. Now let's go to the third point. A combination of the Earth tilt on its axis and orbit around the Sun produce 4 seasons. Let me introduce you to the two parts of the Earth. Up here, we call it as Northern Hemisphere, which is north of the Earth, and we name it as N. Down here, we call it as Southern Hemisphere, which is the south of the Earth, and S. We are going to focus on the Northern Hemisphere. The end is away from the sunlight. Thus, end doesn't get enough sunlight and also energy. This Northern Hemisphere will experiencing winter in this position. When the Earth keep orbiting around the Sun, and in this position, now Northern Hemisphere right now is facing straight to the Sun. Thus, Northern Hemisphere get enough sunlight and also energy. It's experiencing summer, which is hot season. In these two positions, up and down here, both northern and southern will get an equal sunlight. Thus, Northern Hemisphere at this top position will experiencing spring, a flowering season. And Northern Hemisphere, the bottom side here, will experiencing autumn, which is fall. The same goes to the southern. So if it is directly facing the sun, it will experience summer. And if it is away from the sun, it will experience winter. And it's going to be opposite from the northern. Autumn and also spring season for the southern hemisphere. This is the position of winter for the Northern Hemisphere. This is spring for northern. This is summer for Northern Hemisphere. And this is autumn for Northern Hemisphere, which is fall. Alright, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.